This video tutorial will demonstrate an unexpected behavior associated with using normal ToolBook actions to send user events to objects when those objects are embedded in groups that also have user event actions defined. Let's take a look at what we mean. If I open the Book Explorer and take a look at this page, we have defined a group called rectangles. For the group rectangles, we have also defined a user event that when it is received, it basically displays an alert that says group user event, the name of self, that it received a user event, and over here it will give the value that was received along with the event. Okay? Inside of the group, we've also defined 4 rectangles as well as some label fields. For each rectangle, we've also defined a user event that displays the name of the object, that it received a user event, and then the value of the event, the value that was received with the event. Okay? So, with this in mind, we're going to demonstrate the anomaly that occurs when you send a user event to one of the objects embedded inside of this type of a group. Our trigger button is this one here, which has as its caption, send event or user event to rectangle 1, which is the green rectangle here, using the send user action, the normal send user action in ToolBook. So here's basically what's going to happen. When the button is clicked, we're going to send a user event to the rectangle named rect1 with the value hello. This event is only for rect1. But when we export our page, you'll notice that a very strange behavior takes place in connection with this. So let's export our page and show you what we mean. All right, so let's take a look at what happens. Here's our page. Now when I click the send event to rect1 using the send user action, there we have the message from the green rectangle. Its name of self was rect1, received a user event. The value received was hello. This event is only for rect1. But watch what happens when I click OK. Notice that the group now is responding to the same user event. So we have our group user event. The rectangles also received a user event, and it received the value hello. This event is only for rect1. That's an unexpected behavior since we were only trying to target the green rectangle, and what we got was a user event that was bubbled up to the group and acted on in both instances. So how can we resolve this problem? That's the question that remains. Well, there are basically 2 ways to resolve the problem. The first way is to consider using the PowerPac function pgTBObjSet, because when pgTBObjSet sends a user event to an object, like in this case rectangle 1, the event that it sends will not bubble upward to any other objects in the layer stack. So for example, when I click, now what we're doing is we're using pgTBObjSet to send the same user event to the rectangle, and you notice there's the message from the rectangle. It received a user event, and the value received was equal just to the word rectangle. That's what we programmed in for it to be for the value. When I click OK, notice no other events occur, no other messages appear, because only that rectangle received our user event, because pgTBObjSet only targets the single object with the user event, thus streamlining your application development. But how can we get the normal ToolBook action to behave in a more expected fashion? It's important for us to understand this because we may choose to follow this procedure even if we were to use the PowerPac function. The resolution of this matter is rather simple. Let's just set it up for one of our objects. Let's select the whole group and we'll bring up our actions editor. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an if-then statement around our alert. And the if-then statement is going to say, if value contains name of self, then display the alert. Okay? So that's all we're going to do is we're going to check to make sure that the value that comes in with the user event, the value is the parameter here, if it contains the name of this object, then go ahead and execute the display alert action. Then what we'll do is with our action, we're going to make sure that this time now we're going to target exactly what we had. We'll leave it the way it was. So that what'll happen now is when we target the rectangle, when the event tries to bubble up to the group, it's going to find that name of the group is not contained in it, and it will just fail at that point, and we'll only get one message. So let's export our page and take a look at what we've accomplished. All right, so here's our page. Now we're going to send our event to the rectangle. There it is, rect1 received a user event. That's the event we want. Hello, this event is only for rect1. When I click OK, there should be no other dialog boxes that appear. And that's exactly the behavior that we're trying to achieve. So you can achieve it directly with pgTBObjSet, or you can achieve it with the normal ToolBook send user event action as long as you use an if-then condition to identify the object that is targeted for the event.